Hello and welcome to the program from the State Assemblies. This is where we review legislative activities across state houses of assembly. On this episode, Ogun Assembly Bills on Social Justice and Inclusion passes second reading. Benue House of Assembly reject Governor Alia's correspondence on commissioner nominees. Plus, Katsina Assembly approves commission law amendments, considers electricity agency bill. Details of this and more stories will be coming your way shortly. I am your host, Amina Saidu. Thank you for staying with us. In the week under review, a bill to establish Diversity, Equity and Inclusion Commission to serve as a catalyst for the promotion of equitable representation, parity, entrenchment of social justice, and the prohibition of discrimination against vulnerable groups and related matters has scaled second reading on the floor of the Ogun State House of Assembly. Yemi Dalemo reports that the Deputy Speaker of the House, Bolale Latifat Ajayi, sponsored the bill to institutionalize inclusive governance and accelerate development in all endeavors.
The bill, titled Diversity, Equity and Inclusion Commission Establishment Bill 2025, is aimed at promoting equitable representation, enforce social justice and eliminate discrimination against vulnerable groups across all sectors, thereby engendering equality and development of all sectors and human resources.
Passage of this bill into law will have the potential to create a more inclusive and fair society for all. Mr. Speaker, the proposed commission will serve to promote social justice, generate employment opportunities.
So this bill will do a lot of, or will introduce a lot of sanity into our society. Eradication of poverty to everything. Equity, fairness, and justice. That's the theme of this bill.
The House also passed a resolution reaffirming that Abeokuta is the authentic and historical home of the indigenous textile craft known as Adire fabrics. The resolution followed a motion moved by Babatunde Teller representing Abeokuta North constituency, which was supported by the minority leader Lukman Adeleye and other co-sponsors, affirming that Adire fabrics originated from Egba land.
Mr. Speaker, the craft of Adire did not arrive by accident in Egba land. It is an ancient textile tradition that predates colonial influence and has been traced as far back as the 13th century. It flourished especially after the Egba people settled in Abeokuta in 1830, where it was institutionalized by women of vision and strength.
It is the opinion of this Honorable House that the state government and other relevant stakeholders improve on all strategy, including developing comprehensive fact-based documentation and multimedia archives on the preservation of the true history of Adire fabric, with Abeokuta as its official origin.
The House equally treated a petition on persistent traffic gridlock on the Ojuore-Ota Road along Lagos-Abeokuta Expressway and blamed the road contractor for its failure to construct alternative routes to ease human and vehicular movement in the area.
The Benue State House of Assembly has declined to honor a correspondence from Governor Jacinta Alia seeking the screening and confirmation of commissioner nominees. This followed a motion of urgent public importance moved by a member representing Lagos State constituency, Mr. Shimapiva Gigi, calling on the governor to honor all recommendations made by the House of Assembly. Correspondent Grace Anyaliwa Echekpa reports.
The motion of urgent public importance moved by Mr. Shimapiva Gigi informed the House that Governor Jacinta Alia has refused to honor any resolution of the House and treated members with total disregard.
Further notes that despite this, several of our dear colleagues have been denied official vehicle for over 2 years since the inaugurations of the House, thereby occasional untold hardship and operational inconveniences to the honorable colleagues.
Members who contributed said the decision of the House was not aimed at stalling governance, but to compel the executive arm to respect legislative independence and fulfill prior commitments.
We sit in these hallowed chambers, we make useful the resolution. Honorable Speaker, they are not to respect. Honorable Speaker, how will I tell my children and grandchildren that when I was a member of the Benue State House of Assembly, this House passed a resolution calling on the executive to unfreeze the account, and the account remains unfreezed more than 2 years. Mr. Speaker, this arms of government, there is need to be mutual respect among them. And there is also need to be a symbiotic relationship. That means every arm should be supportive of another.
To appeal that we stand on that, we take the resolutions without adjourning our sitting Senate, without adjourning our sitting. Let us say allow room for negotiation. But before the negotiation will start, Honorable Speaker, distinguished colleagues, the governor must first of all implement the resolutions we have made in these hallowed chambers.
It is a known fact that the legislature is a fulcrum of democracy. We are the voices of our constituencies, the watchdogs of public expenditure, and the true representative of the people. But Mr. Speaker, how can we function effectively when matters of our welfare are even treated as an afterthought?
The House also resolved that anything, any letter from the government, the House will not also honor it. The mentioned person has been suspended by the governor. It's taken.
Meanwhile, a bill regulating the activities of scavengers in Benue State scaled through second reading after debating on the importance of the bill on the floor of the House.
The objectives are to regulate the movement and activities of scrap metal scavengers, otherwise known as iron condemned buyers in Benue State, to register and ascertain the identities and addresses of persons who dig in scrap material or scrap metal with the view to reaching them whenever the need arises.
Regulate the activities of scavengers in Benue State, 2025, second reading.
Still in Benue, the Benue State House of Assembly has recalled the 5 suspended members for tampering with the report on the investigation on financial misappropriation and abuse of office by Chairman Otukpo Local Government Council, Mr. Maxwell Ugiri. This followed a letter of apology written and signed by the members, read on the floor of the House. Again, Grace Anyalewa Echekpa reports.
The suspended members are to resume sitting on the 12th of August 2025 with other members.
Acknowledge that our action may have fallen short of the standard expected of us as member of this esteemed House.
Suspension of our honorable member is very traumatic experience. I want to support the minority leader. This people should be called back. They are remorseful.
Those in favor that a suspended member should be recalled from the suspension after the apology letter say aye. Aye. And those against say nay. The ayes have it.
During plenary, a motion calling on the Benue State House of Assembly to recognize a Benue son, Master Joshua Obekpa Uguche, who performed excellently well at the Air Force Military School, Jos, was moved on the floor of the House by member representing Ogbadibo State constituency, Mr. Samuel Agada.
The House do note that he has won record-breaking prizes and set a new record in the Nigerian Air Force Military School, Jos, and also as the best graduate in the whole of Nigeria.
Let us give the best graduating students of the Father Adasi University the first right of refusal
that is automatic employment at the institution. And then where there is no space for them, they should be given employment with the Benue State government.
Meanwhile, the Benue State Agency Against Quackery Bill 2025 passed second reading after debating on the bill.
Thank you, Grace. Moving on, the Katsina State House of Assembly has appealed to the executive arm of government to set up a committee that will review all ongoing and abandoned projects with a view to ascertaining the status for necessary action. Abidu Yunusa reports that the appeal is sequel to presentation of midterm oversight report by its Committee on Works and adoption of its recommendations.
The midterm report on the oversight visit by the House Committee on Works and Housing is a product of project site visit and familiarization tour to the State Ministry of Works, Transport and Housing. Presenting the report, the committee chairman Sama'ila Bawa says the committee discovered that no mechanism for analyzing uncompleted projects after visiting 30 completed and uncompleted project sites.
These projects being handled under the Ministry of Works and Housing, they followed the approved appropriation.
The committee, however, commended the state government agencies for adherence to the appropriation law of the state. Meanwhile, the chairman, House Committee on Community and Social Development, Mustafa Tukuruma, has laid committee's report on a bill for a law to establish Katsina State Electricity Law 2025 before the House.
As part of measures to support the continuous influx of investors into Akwa Ibom State, members of its House of Assembly are calling for the establishment of the Akwa Ibom State Enabling Business Environment Council. This is contained in a motion by member representing Esin Udim State Constituency, Prince Upong Akpabio. Nsika Kunku reports.
Prince Upong Akpabio, while acknowledging sustained effort of successive administration in the state to attract investments, notes that committed and serious investors do business in a conducive environment where they can make reasonable returns.
Guided by the need to streamline bureaucratic processes and create a more friendly business environment in the state. Guided also by the need to simplify procedures, reduce bottlenecks, and create more conducive atmosphere for business to start, grow, thrive in the state. Let this Honorable House resolve to, 1, call on the state government to establish the Akwa Ibom State Enabling Business Environment Council to be modeled after the federal government Presidential Enabling Business Environment Council.
Speaker Akwa Ibom State House of Assembly Udemotong referred the matter to House Committee on Industry, Commerce and Tourism for further legislative action.
Chairman, House Committee on Industry, Commerce and Tourism, please work with all your members, call the FCOM chairman, and present this motion so that we know exactly the resolutions that we will take that will give the enabling business environment to investors in Akwa Ibom State and report to this House in 2 weeks.
You're watching the program from the State Assemblies, a program that reviews legislative activities in the State Houses of Assembly across the nation. We now take a break. When we return, Kano Assembly debates e-governance bill, suspends Rano local government chairman. As Katsina Assembly approves commission law amendments, considers electricity agency bill. Stay with us.
Are you looking for a short channel to make your business, goods and services go viral? Look no further, as NTA Parliament is your short channel. Take advantage of our wider reach and advertise your products and services on NTA Parliament DSTV channel 370, GoTV channel 126, StarTimes channel 306, and Free TV channel 706. For more inquiries, contact the Marketing Department, NTA Parliament, NTA Headquarters Area 11 Garki Abuja, or call these numbers 080-383-40464 or 080-770-78055. NTA Parliament, strengthening Nigeria's democracy.
Thank you for staying with us. Kano State House of Assembly has commenced deliberations on the Kano State Digitization and E-Governance Enhancement Bill 2025. This is aimed at harnessing the power of information technology to enhance efficiency and transparency in governance. Samira Hamisushure reports that the House has also suspended the chairman of Rano Local Government Council for 3 months on grounds of misconduct.
The contents of the bill, as explained by Majority Leader Alawal Hussein, will encourage collaboration with private sector for the development and implementation of digital innovations and facilitation of environment for entrepreneurship, alongside promoting high-quality e-governance services to public institutions.
If this bill is allowed or passed into law, it will streamline the governance process through the use of digital technologies to improve efficiency.
Earlier, the House has adopted 2 reports from the Public Petitions Committee on alleged embezzlement and abuse of office by Chairman of Rano Local Government Council, Muhammad Naziriyawu, where it recommended his immediate suspension pending investigation. Similarly, the committee also recommended the appointment of Saidu Yahaya as the Chairman of Public Complaints and Anti-Corruption Commission based on his professional qualifications and competence, which was adopted.
GES fertilizer and the government supplied fertilizer with the sale of some above the approved price without councillors' approval. 3. Mismanagement and non-transparent handling of revenue from markets, cutting levies and other local government income sources.
Right. I would like to congratulate His Excellency the Chief Governor of Kano State for choosing experienced persons to appoint him as the chairman of this commission. May Allah guide the nominee and protect him during his tenure.
On motions, the House adopted 4, focusing on the creation of an agency that will dwindle the frustration and reduce effects of global warming, where the House suggested a complete overhaul of the law that established a frustration project CANAP to avoid duplication. Similarly, Representative Ahmed Ibrahim moved a motion for the provision of potable water to some communities in Karai local government area. The House also considered renovation of Joda water treatment plant in Gizawa. Suleiman Ishaq, who represents Madubi constituency, called on the state government to renovate a dilapidated secondary school at Kubaraj town. All the motions were adopted. Here, the Kano State Supplementary Appropriation Bill 2025 was read for the first time.
Thank you for that report, Samira. And in Katsina, the State House of Assembly approved the amendments on Katsina State House of Assembly Commission Law number 5 of 2018, following adoption of recommendations contained in the report of its special committee. Abidu Yunus reports that the lawmakers also considered a bill to establish Katsina State Electricity Agency 2025.
The amendments on the law is equal to the presentation of the report by the special committee mandated to study the earlier proposed amendments. In the course of the amendment, the committee has redefined the functions of the commission, created a department of works, among others.
The law has its own, aim and has its own, function, because there is no House of Assembly which will gain or achieve financial autonomy without, the State Assembly Service Commission. And the State Assembly Service Commission cannot exist without a law.
Similarly, the lawmakers have passed into law a bill establishing Katsina State Electricity Agency. While commenting on the law, the House Leader Shamsuddin Abubakar Dabai says it will help improve the economy of the state.
Passing this bill will increase our revenue generation, employment, and a lot of economic benefits.
The Speaker of the House, Nasir Yahaya, directed the Legislative Department to forward the 2 resolutions to the executive arm of government for action.
We now take you to Akwa Ibom State, where the State House of Assembly has passed a resolution calling on the State Ministry of Internal Security to promptly collaborate with other security agencies to secure the release of 13 persons reportedly abducted in their farms at Itu Mbonuso in Ini local government area. The resolution follows a matter of urgent public importance raised by a member representing Ini State constituency, Lawrence Udoide. Nsika Okun reports.
Mr. Lawrence Ide, while expressing concern over rising cases of violence in his constituency, says 13 individuals were on July 14, 2025 adopted in their farms, suspecting that adopters are allegedly natives of Orochukwu in Abia State, following an ongoing land dispute between the two communities. The lawmaker is appealing to the State Assembly to take action by informing the state government to engage the Abia State government to facilitate the release of the 13 adopted indigenes of Itu Mbonuso.
Every point in time, we continue to face this attack from Abia State, precisely Aruchukwu government area. They have attacked Nkari, and up until as we speak, Mr. Speaker, the people are still living in fear. They crossed over to Iwere and attacked by people, and today in Itu, they also attacked my people, and they have abducted 13 people not yet released. Yes, I must also appreciate the local government chairman and all the security agencies, the Commissioner of Police, Director of SSS, and the Honorable Commissioner for Internal Security in their efforts to ensure that these people are being released. But as we speak, they have not been released.
The report was received through a motion by member representing Ibionibom State Constituency, Moses Essien, and was seconded by member representing Oran State Constituency, Itoro Etim. While deliberating on the matter, member representing Nsiribom State Constituency, Eric Akman, and member representing Ibionibom State Constituency, Moses Essien, described the incident as unacceptable and urged the state governments to work towards peaceful resolution of boundary disputes.
The primary aim of government is the security of life and property of their people. And I want to lead my voice with the member and say, please, let the government of Akwa Ibom State interface with the government of Abia State to bring a lasting solution to this problem.
Those who kidnap, what is the guarantee those that are supposed to go to farm will go to farm again? I think it's important our security agencies live up to expectation. We know they are trying, but in these kind of circumstances, for the sake of the promotion of the rights agenda of the governor, the security agencies must live up to expectation.
Speaker Akwa Ibom State House of Assembly Udemel Otong described the situation as pathetic and called on the state government to ensure the safe return of the adopted individuals.
The Ogun State House of Assembly is intervening into alleged maltreatment of the people of Ogu community in Ipokia, Idiroko, Yewa, and Ado-Odo Ota constituencies, while processing Nigeria passport with the Nigeria Immigration Service, NIS. This is over the continued refusal of NIS to process the Nigeria document for the Ogu ethnic group over ways and manners their names are written and pronounced. Yemi Dalemo has details of this and other engagements of the lawmakers.
The lawmakers at plenary discussed extensively on personal explanation brought by the member representing Ipokia Idiroku State Constituency Adebisi Oyedele on the alleged treatment of his people, a tribe in that local government called the Ogu people, that whenever they approach the Nigerian Immigration Service, because of the name, the Nigerian Immigration Service are actually not attending to them as a Nigerian. And that is why the members of the Ogun State House of Assembly have resolved to invite and inform the Ogun State Commissioner for Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, and as well write officially to the State Controller of Nigerian Immigration Service in Ogun State, and also report this matter to the State Governor, Prince Dapo Abiodun, for urgent intervention.
The lawmakers decried the lopsidedness in attending to people from Ogu tribe who are indigenes of Ogun State spread across the Bokia, Idiroko, Yewa, and Ado-Odo state constituencies by the officials of the Nigerian Immigration Service over how their names are written and appear on official documents.
Anytime there are people, particularly those of the Ogun extraction, wants to get their passport, they have been facing series of challenges, particularly when it comes to a name that they are not very used to. My questions are, one, are we not Nigerians because we are a global extraction?
This thing that happens like 3 times, 4 times, the issue of immigration that I said. Even of recent, I sent some documents to him. Yes. The person that went to that immigration office, he got letter from chairman, council chairman of that OKR. He got from KBC, because of the name, it's neither. Even the issue of fuel, as we are talking now, there's some area and area that you can't get fuel because of they are close to border.
For this not to continue, we would like you to use your good office to appeal whether to the governor or to the immigration controller to please believe that in this state, Ogun people are also very, very important. And for them not to continue to be denied their rights.
We have to do a letter on this to the State Controller of Immigration and to the Commissioner for Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, that they have to see to this impurity. And at the same time, you have to write to His Excellency, telling him, intimating him what our people are facing because of bureaucratic bottleneck.
Honorable Waliu Owode, representing Ijebu East constituency, also informed the House of the invasion of some elephants into Itasin Imobi in his constituency, which resulted into the death of a farmer, urging government intervention into resettling the animals back into the government forest reserve.
They migrated from our forest in J4 some years ago, and there are about 50 in numbers. They are scattered around the forest and the community. This kind of unfortunate occurrence has been happening. Actually, this is the 3rd time it is happening, and unfortunately, this one happened recently.
The lawmakers received in audience members of the 5th set of Children's Parliament from Ogun State, led by the Speaker Ezekiel Favour, who came to understudy the session.
And this is where we conclude this week's episode of the program from the State Assemblies. Remember, you can still watch this episode, news, and other programs on our social media handles showing on your screen. Thank you for watching. I remain your host, Amina Saidu.